Hello, everybody. Some words about me. I'm Shipov Gennady, something like Kennedy, Shipov Gennady. Yes, from Moscow. I have finished Moscow State University in 1967, and now I'm an academician of Academy of Natural Science and PhD, and I'm a creator of new physical theory which called the theory a theory of physical vacuum. Physical vacuum. What is the physical vacuum? Physical vacuum. It is the is five fifth level of reality. In theory of physical vacuum, we have seven levels of the reality. The first level, solid state. We began to study in school and universities and institutes the theory of solid state, how it's moved. It's described by Newton mechanics. Then we began study liquid, then gas, and then elementary particles. All these levels are material represent material world. It means that before physical vacuum, before now, we always study material world, elementary particles, gas, liquid, and solid. But now, from theory, from equations of physical vacuum, is follows that there is another three levels of reality, which I call the heaven world, because this is not material world, not material world. Physical vacuum from modern physics, it is a potential state of all types of kinds of matter. All kinds of matter created from physical vacuum. We know that all elementary particles created from physical vacuum. And we have also another level which I call primary torsion field. With primary torsion field, I will say later about torsion field, primary torsion field, they have no energy at all. All physical fields have energy. We can write the expression formula from energy, all physical words in material world. But for primary torsion fields, there is no energy at all. But they can transform information. No energy, no transform energy, but transform information. And I call this level we will call this level super consciousness, super consciousness. And the seventh level is absolute nothing. For this level, we have identity zero, identity equal to zero. No any formulas, no any equations for this level. Absolute nothing. But this is the source of all other levels of reality. I can prove using equations, for example, began from this level of reality, solid. I can show that all equations of modern physics contain in the equations of physical vacuum. And equations of physical vacuum, I can show that they equal to equations primary torsion field in a special point of view. Special point of view, you can show that this level is equal to that level, and I can also show that equations of physical vacuum is equal to identity uh, in some point of view. Maybe this is point of view of God, that all these levels is I can show that this is identity zero is equal to zero. Very interesting and very unusual for our physicists, material physics. This level is maybe this is a synonym of God. This level we can about this level we can't say nothing because we have such kind of identity. We can say nothing because we have no equations. But everything begins from this level. This level creates all these another levels, including material world. Uh, this picture was received on the base of the equations of physical vacuum. Shortly, I can show you equations of physical vacuum, which was introduced by me in 1984. I have a book. I have a book which translated into English, which called it a theory of physical vacuum. And equations of physical vacuum include a set of equations. First, first set of equations is geometrized nonlinear Heisenberg-like equations. Heisenberg, a German physicist who tried to create the theory of elementary particle and use some kind of these equations, but this is equations not is equations of Heisenberg. This is Heisenberg-like equations. And second set of equations, geometrized Einstein-like equations. This is Einstein-like equations, which which we represent in the spinor basis. In the spinor basis, like do that Dirac. He represent his equation and spinor basis using spinor representation of equations, Dirac. And then third set of equations, geometrized Young-Mills-like equations. You know that Einstein equations describe gravitation, but Young-Mills equations we use to describing inner structure of elementary particles. So, if we have excited vacuum, if we have a particle which created from vacuum, this particle must be described by nonlinear Heisenberg equations, Einstein-like equations, and Young-Mills equations in the same moment. All these equations described only one particle and described different properties of elementary particles, quantum properties, gravitational properties, and properties which connect with the inner structure of the elementary particles. What is the equation of physical vacuum? I can solve this equation. Any solution of this equation describe elementary particles. So I can say that this is a equations which describe the structure of elementary particles. Solutions, but uh, equations, not solutions, but equations. They describe matrix. Hello, matrix of possibilities. This is a matrix of possibilities, and in vacuum, everything it possible everything. There are many possibilities to create something from vacuum, from physical vacuum. I I can see, I can show you the fluctuation of physical vacuum. For example, uh, vacuum is nothing, is empty, but vacuum is a source of everything. Nothing is everything. You see, this is philosophy of Eastern philosophy. This is Eastern philosophy. Many thousand years ago, philosopher of East, they say that all things of this material world was created from empty, from nothing. And if, for example, if you have a device which can which has magnification 10 in power 34. Hello, do you listen me?
Yes, yes.
Because
Yes,
yes,
please continue. Yes.
okay. If have magnification 10 in power 33, you can see that inside of any volume of vacuum, there are many processes, fluctuation. It look like boiled soup. You saw boiled soup, and if you have such um, big magnification, you will see boiled soup in each point of physical vacuum. And if you calculate the energy of physical vacuum in any volume, uh, using ordinary physical representation about physical vacuum, you will receive the infinity. It means that energy of nothing in any point of vacuum is equal to infinity. But there is another opinion about energy of physical vacuum. It's not only one opinion, but everybody who study quantum physics, they know that the energy of vacuum very very big. And our purpose, of course, is how to receive this energy from vacuum, how to use this energy. It's very big problem. Traditional physicists can't solve this problem, but uh, there are some people in the world now who already solved this problem without education, without knowledge of modern science. They only made it and its work. I will say about these inventions. Okay, what is the torsion field? This this is a picture of course this is approximately this picture describes the properties of torsion field. The torsion field is a turbulence in vacuum. This is a turbulence. We can say about torsion field like a turbulence of vacuum. The torsion field is a source of all physical fields. First of all, we in this world we can see the torsion field, and the torsion field then create all physical fields. Torsion field is a source where we can observe torsion field in daily life. Now, daily life, can we observe torsion field? Yes, we can. How? Uh, uh, in my theory, I show that in daily life, torsion field manifestate itself by creation of forces of inertia. Forces of inertia in mechanics. Maybe there are a physicist in this our group, and they maybe remember that in mechanics we know four forces of inertia, four forces. In electrodynamics we know two forces. One is the electrical force, another is magnetic force. But forces of inertia, there are four forces of inertia, and the source of these forces in classical mechanics, it is enigma from Newton time. From Newton time, enigma. If you will read the textbook on mechanics, you will you will find that different scientists describe forces of inertia and understand forces of inertia by different way. There are many discussion about the source of forces of inertia and uh, what is the real or non-real these forces and so on. And it shows us that the torsion field, which connected it with the forces of inertia, before physicists cannot explain and cannot observe torsion field. They they we first we know about torsion field from mathematics because in 1922 French mathematician Elie Cartan published an article where he said that we have not only curvature of the space, like said Einstein, Albert Einstein said that our space-time is curved. The space-time around of a mass is curved, but Elie Cartan said that not only curved but twisted, twisted and curved, and torsion or twisted. It means there is torsion field. That torsion is the source of torsion is rotation of a matter. If something has rotation, some kind of matter has rotation, it means that it is a source of torsion field. For example, if you rotate something for something, you feel no for example metallic ball on the needle. You rotate, and you will feel the force of centrifugal force of inertia. No, this is Boris. No, this is electrodynamics. Now I will. Okay, Boris. No, this, no. Oh, what this one? For example, you see, this is English investigator Lightweight, Eric Lightweight. You can see he has very big weight, maybe 20 kilograms on a metal rod, and these two discs they rotate. When disc rotates, he can up this weight over his hand. If no rotate, he can't do that. Very interesting. It means that weight depends on the rotation. When weight weight of these discs depend on rotation. Okay, thank you. No, not now. This is another rotation. Not now. Okay. And on this slide, I should like to say to you that who are we? The answer is we are highly organized vacuum. Yes, because physical vacuum create elementary particles, quark, protons, electrons, neutrons, and so on. They, from this elementary particle, created nucleus, atoms, molecules, DNA, and the end of this chain is life. It means that we are highly organized vacuum. We are vacuum. Very interesting point of view. We consist from nothing, but we we something like a very highly uh, organized vacuum. But it not correct to think that our consciousness is the last level on the scale of consciousness. No, our consciousness may be in the middle of this scale. There is a scale of consciousness, and we on the middle of this scale, maybe. I don't know correctly. Now I will list and I will say it in the next time about this. This is about this is about I will say the next time about influence of our consciousness on the real physical world. There are many experimental data, and there are now we have a theoretical foundation for this phenomena. And I should like to say about physics. First of all, I should like to say about the torsion nature of mass. Torsion nature of mass. I said before that torsion is the source of all physical fields. Um, and I compare this representation of Newton, Einstein, and myself, and what said Newton about mass. Mass. Mass is a measure of the amount of matter. However, one could also state mass is measure of a body resistance to the motion or a change of motion. This is point of view of Newton. But after Newton, Einstein said mass is an energy, and he wrote the formula E is equal mc square. But now, oh, this is my formula, black shrift. You can see black shrift. This is my formula, and from this formula, it is follows that mass is a torsion of the space. This formula received from equation of vacuum T, with which we can see here. It is a torsion field square and torsion field. This is derivatives of torsion field, and this formula shows us that the mass depends on the rotation because torsion field is rotation. Torsion field is a rotation of rotation or twisted torsion. Torsion, it means rotation, of course. Torsion is a source of any mass. It means, for example, if we stop the rotation in our body, because what we are consist from. You can represent that we consist from elementary particles, of course. Elementary particles, they have a, so they have a spin, own rotation. We call it spin. All elementary particles, almost all elementary particles have a spin. What it mean? Many of elementary particles inside our body charged. It means that we all consist from charged gyroscopes. We are consist from charged gyroscopes. Um, and if we stop the rotation of these gyroscopes inside our body, what happens? We will disappear. And not only we, every solid, every stones, every trees, everything will disappear if we will stop the rotation inside of this body, inside of this object. It follows from this formula, and I say in this case, mass is the torsion of the space. No torsion, no mass. No torsion, no charge. No torsion, no nothing. Torsion, this is the source of all kind of matter. And how we can prove that energy or mass depend on the angular velocity? I show this using this denotation that mass depend on the angular velocity. Time for relaxing. This picture was created by me, of course. This is a small joke. Gennady generalized my formula E c square S. E, energy is equal me omega. This is omega c square. Yes, master, I simply followed your ideas. Yes, it's true because when I finished university, I began I began to study works of Einstein and and I my scientific work was to solve the problems which was uh, formulated by Einstein in the beginning last century. But main problem of Einstein was to create of unified field theory. Unified field theory. What it means? It means that we must to find such kind of equations which include all equations of physics. You have only one set of equations from which all equations of physics follows in limit in different cases. And now I know that the equations of physical vacuum, it is equations of unified field theory, which Einstein tried to find during 30 years of his life, from from 1933 maybe to the 1955. No, 1920 22 25 to the 1935 when he is dead. If he tried to find these equations, and now I can say that these equations was found, and this is equations of physical vacuum. A physical vacuum, so this is new physical object, very complicated. are very unusual, and the equation of this uh, object contained many, many new laws of nature which we don't know before. Uh, to show dependence mass on the gyroscopic precession, Boris, please show me this film once more. This film, okay. Uh, you can see the rotation of two discs, 20 kilo, and maybe 10 kilo the road. All together 30 kilo maybe. I don't know correctly, but this not very strong person can show us such such picture. He said that this is not true. This is scientific fact. This is not true. This is scientific fact. Uh, when the rotation stopped, he can do that. Now you can see the scale. The scale here, one end is weight, another way end is a gyroscope. Here is gyroscope. Now gyroscope and weight in equilibrium. The man now rotate gyroscope, and you can see that the weight of gyroscope changes. Weight of gyroscope changes. He rotate clockwise. He see now he will rotate it anti-clockwise. And you can see that weight now less than the weight of gyroscope, less than the weight of this weight on the other hand, other side of the scale. You can see it. It proves to us that the mass depend on the angular velocity of rotation of gyroscope. Okay, thank you. Now no rotation of gyroscope, and scale stay in equilibrium state. Next, this show us what is the precision of gyroscope. The precision, very interesting phenomena. Gyroscope rotates on the end on the one end of axis of rotation. We have a weight. In this case, we can observe the precession of gyroscope. If we have no weight, gyroscope will not have a precession. Will have no rotation around of this axis. Okay, this is also show us the precession of gyroscope on in the gravitational field. Station of gyroscope, but in Thailand, maybe no, maybe you will show us the what the picture where we measure the weight of gyroscope on the scale. No, no this, no this. This one, okay, okay. You can see this is scale. very precisely. You can measure the weight very precisely. Three sign after comma. Now I don't know. Can you see the weight of on this scale? But you can see the scale, the weight of the gyroscope before rotation, 46.45, and when it's rotate, we can observe 46.3, 0.15 grams. We lose a weight. This gyroscope lose a weight 0.15 grams when we have rotation. It also show us dependence of mass on rotation inside of this system. In this case, we have a weight of the system. This is support of gyroscope. This is gyroscope. Altogether, the weight is 46.48, but when it rotates, the weight is 46.3. You lose the weight. On this film, we can show. I don't know, Boris. You everybody see this small screen. Everybody see this small screen. Yes, this is a generator of John Hutchison. John Hutchison creates such kind of generator which can control the rotation inside some objects. If you can control the rotation of elementary particles, nucleus inside of any bodies, you can made it flying like this. In this case, if you can control, they can levitate, and this is yes, but this is also electrodynamic. No, stop, please. No, no, this is electrodynamics already. No, please, stop. When I have been in Thailand, it was in 2000. I developed the work of one very clever, very smart Russian engineer, Tolchin, Vladimir Tolchin. And he created a device. No, stop. He created a device which demonstrate us violation of laws of Newton mechanics. Violation of laws of Newton mechanics. And then I I made more complicated device of Tolchin, and uh, on this film, please, this film, Boris, this film, show me, not this, before, universal engine. It's called universal engine. No, no, it's called universal engine. This one, yes, okay, okay, okay. This boat. In this boat inside, we have a device which was uh, created by Tolchin, and bolt from the okay, okay, repeat please. Yes, boat is suspended on the needle. Boat, first of all, boat suspended on the needle. which connected with the card on the rail. Once more, please. You can see here card, needle, the rail, and inside of this boat, when this engine works, you can see that card is moves on the rail, uh, uh, moves on the rail. Very simple the engine, very simple. And we have a thrust. In this case, we put the boat on the cart, and it moves on the horizontal surface. And in this case, we put boat suspended on the cart on this horizontal surface, and in the pool, put in the pool, it moves, and we use only one type of engine. Only this is universal engine. It means that we use this engine in the space. We can move in the space without jet engine. This is a model which I created in Thailand, which controlled by computer. Its connection with the computer. We have a program inside. There is a electrical motor which can control the rotation of weights inside of this semisphere. We can control using this computer program, and you can see that uh, this device moves only forward, only forward on the surface, on the glass surface. This is a glass surface which covered by oil, to show that the free forces of friction forces don't play any role in this process. We use uh, glass. We use glass surface covered by oil, and it means that the forces of uh, 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 that it without no, sorry, forgot about what is the forces. Силы трения, грубо говоря, они не играют здесь никакой роли. Мгм. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Uh, I see here now. I can uh, I can change the picture because upload. Ah, because okay, okay. Now it's okay. What is the practical application of this kind of devices? This kind of uh, uh, space engine. First of all, of course, flying to the uh, other planet of solar system. We can use it for flying to the planet of solar system, flying to the stars, orbit station, orbit Sputniki, orbit station. Uh, Also in the plane, in the ordinary plane, in the atmosphere, in the cars, flying cars, for example, uh, in the ships, uh, which moves on the water and underwater, in submarines, and so many applications we can use. with help of this new kind of engine. Okay. What presentation would you like to share? Boris, this is your your picture. I see the picture on the screen. What presentation would you like to share? Uh, oh, okay. Now I will say about electrodynamics, about torsion field. Yes, you understand that before I say about torsion field, which created by rotation of material objects, weights, and these generate new kind of forces which acts on the center of mass of closed system, mechanical system, and we will use the torsion field in this case for creation new kind of engine for motion in the space. But now I will say about torsion fields in electrodynamics. Torsion fields in electrodynamics. Um, in 1970, during 10 years in Russia, there was invented uh, different people different kind of so-called torsion generator. Here I represent you generators or torsion generators by Akimov. This is small torsion generator. This is big torsion generator. This is inside structure of torsion generator. I explain how it works. Inside of two cone, this is we can see only one cone. On the another side, you can see another cone. This cone created from cuprum, cuprum, cuprum. Yes, and inside of this cone we have a capacitor. Between plates of this capacitor displaced ferromagnetic. You know what is ferromagnetic? This is magnet, or not only magnet, only, for example, only iron, few iron is ferromagnetic. And when we use alternative alternative electricity on the plates of capacitor, we we can control the orientation of spin inside of uh, ferromagnetic between plates of capacitor. You can control electrical by electrical signal. We can control orientation, spins inside of ferromagnetic inside of this cone. Cone is landed. In this case, electromagnetic field uh, can't transform through the wall of the cone. Can transform. Uh, they can transform only inside of this cone. But torsion field can transform through the wall of this cone, and there is wires one, two, and so on the on this on this on this cone, and they wire connect connect summarized torsion field which radiate on the azimuth of this generator. Azimuth of this generator we can observe the torsion field, which summarized, and on the exit of this generator, we have a torsion field. We can use only one wire to transmit this torsion field from generator, for example, to antenna. Antenna represent himself also uh, cone. We can use cone on and this cone is antenna. We can uh, use this generator from different physical experiment. For example, this small generator, maybe he use the energy of battery inside of this generator. Battery 5 watt maybe, no, not big, 9 5 watt. This is antenna, yes. And Anatoly Akimov, when he have a trip in different towns of Russia, he before the drink the water in this place, he put a glass with the water, and near this glass he put generator. Generator can create left and right torsion field. Torsion field have have two has two orientations, left and right. And after many experiments, we know that left torsion field, left torsion field have bad influence of the biological objects, but right torsion fields have a positive influence of the biological objects. And Akimov put this near this generator glass with water, switch switch on right torsion field, and after some minutes drink this water. Always in I saw this many times. How we can use yes, how we can use torsion field using torsion generator? No, previous, this previous. Oh, this one, yes. No, previous. No. Oh, this is a joke also. For it is possible. And this is Einstein like type type people. This is a national clutter of type people. Oh, sorry. This one, this picture. No. This picture, okay. This picture. This is people of Akimov and my, because we uh, uh, we give generator in Perm University, town Perm in Russia, town Perm University. We give some people from this university torsion generator, and also we show, and before we told them about influence of torsion generator on the melted metal. When we have a melted metal, we switch on torsion radiation. We know the frequency which specify for this metal, for silumine, for iron, for steel, and so on. there are special frequencies which we used using this torsion generator. When metal became colder, began receive crystallization after influence of torsion radiation, we can observe that the crystal lattice of this metal was changed. Crystal lattice was changed, and we also observe that uh, we can receive metal without crystal lattice at all, so-called amorphic metal. Maybe you know that for receiving amorphic metal in ordinary technologies used very quickly called change very quickly changes temperature from high temperature to the room temperature very quick. In this case, we can receive amorphic metal, but in our case, we can receive amorphic metal without changing the temperature of metal. It's very interesting. And if the ordinary methods can uh, uh, you can receive only on the surface you can receive the amorphic metal on this only on the surface, maybe the 1 2 millimeter. In our case we can receive in all volume of the metal. This man using this torsion generator. His name is Kurapov. They use this device, which power is only 120 watt. 120 watt power of this device, and they received 9,500 ton very high quality steel from iron without any additional metals which we can use for this process in ordinary technologies. One 9,500 ton. It's very it's very big quantity. Very big quantity of metal by using the torsion technology. Okay, and also in Thailand. When I was in Thailand in 2000, 2005, I decided to repeat works of Nikola Tesla using the articles of Nikola Tesla, his patents and so on. And I create a generator Tesla, a transformer Tesla transformer. But very important that from theory of physical vacuum, I find new kind of radiation, new kind of radiation. You can see here on the film. You can see in film. You can see this radiation, which contain the this radiation uh, follows from the equation of physical vacuum, so-called scalar radiation. We know equation Maxwell equations. Here you can see on the movie that single wire, and part of single wire is water. This is you can see radiation uh, scalar follows from equations of physical vacuum. What it means, scalar radiation? You know that from Maxwell equation we have radiation of electromagnetic fields E and H, which are which are uh, vector fields. H vector magnetic fields and E electromagnetic fields. But scalar field, there is no in Maxwell equations. I think that this is a reason why Einstein can't understand, could not understand works of Nikola Tesla, because Einstein used Maxwell equations, which not contain scalar radiation, and only now I can show mathematically, physically, that Maxwell equation is not complete. Maxwell equation is not complete. Complete. They don't contain scalar radiation. And when we began investigate what it is the scalar radiation, what it means, what the physical nature of scalar radiation, and the answer on this question is the scalar radiation. This is a pair of electrons. This is so-called Cooper pair. Cooper pair we can observe in superconductivity when two electrons with different spins and different momentum can join uh, and create can attract to each other and join and create so-called Cooper pair in superconductivity. It's very interesting, but we know that superconductivity needs very low temperature, very low. And when we began to understand that scalar radiation, here is scalar radiation, you can see scalar radiation is a Cooper pair. Cooper pair. We began uh, to we try to find the temperature. We try to measure the temperature uh, of the discharge of Cooper pair, and this is formula. You can see also formula for scalar radiation, which use, of course, Nikola Tesla, but he don't know about this theoretical explanation of his phenomena. Uh, this is S is radiation, scalar radiation. Omega, it is a frequency. Voltage, V is voltage. R R is the radius of sphere. Tesla used sphere, and R the distance from point of observation, from center of sphere to the point of observation. C is the velocity of light. Uh, this is E zero is constant, vacuum constant, and omega, this is a frequency, of course, I said already, the alternative current which we used in Tesla transformer. What is the interesting? I said already that first of all, this we have radiation, no electromagnetic field in Tesla case of Tesla experiments. But Cooper pair of electrons, which connected each other, they have the charge two equal to two charge of electrons, but they are a scalar field. They are not vector field, not spinor field, because spins of electrons are They compensate each other, and momentum of electron compensate each other. But when we have a charge, uh, it means that in the electromagnetic field it moves because we have two charges. And I said also that the Cooper pair appear in the superconductivity with the low temperature, and we decided to measure the temperature of Tesla radiation. You see, what is the measure of the Tesla radiation? And for these purposes, we use magic sphere. I don't know, no here. Magic sphere. Sorry, magic sphere. Or somebody uh, call it Tesla sphere. Maybe here you can see Tesla sphere. Boris, Boris, do you listen me, Boris?
Yeah,
Boris,
yeah.
oh, change, please. Show me another. There are different another movies. Show me, please. Where is sphere? So no. This. This is one single wire. Using the part of single wire is a water. You can see water like properties of superconductivity. Yes, another. I should like to see uh, magic. Oh, here you can see here on this. I explain Tesla radiation. This picture, but yes, wait. Now I will say about Tesla sphere. Wait. Maybe what here Tesla sphere. Here, uh, I see very small screen. I don't see the sphere of Tesla. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, this one. Oh, you can see now. You can see inside of this sphere. You can see the needle created by Kuiper pair. You can see the needle, uh, uh, lighting needle created by Kuiper pair. You can see. And when we measure the temperature, or you can see here, yes, very good. Here is the needle from Kuiper pair. And we measure the temperature using the using uh, thermo thermo thermometer without touching to the and we found that the temperature of this Kuiper pair, the temperature is equal to minus 36 degrees of Celsius. Minus, this is negative temperature on Celsius. Nobody before do not measure the temperature of the plasma which we received from Tesla discharge. I know that somebody say about cold plasma. Cold plasma, it means 60 degrees of Celsius, C. But we found negative temperature in this case. And then we change the device which measure the temperature without contact, without touch, and we use the device uh, which show us the temperature minus 90 degrees of Celsius, minus 90 degrees. First time 30 minus 36, then minus 90 degrees. And this work not finished, of course, but we now try to receive patent on this phenomena, and it's tell us that Tesla, okay, that Tesla uh, uh, creates such kind of devices, such kind of phenomena experimentally, which don't described by equations of Maxwell electrodynamics. Um, Hello, everybody. Boris, maybe
Yeah.
maybe for first time it is enough because we I already say about 1 hour and 15 minutes about, and maybe I will make answer on the questions, and will continue in the next time my report.
All
Okay.
attendees are unmuted.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
we have turned on the microphones for everybody. If
Yeah.
somebody wants to ask any question, Dr. Shipov is available now for 15 minutes at least to answer.
Okay. Okay.
We we had something like 16 people coming and going. We still have
Mm-hmm.
left Donary, Petr, and Victor. Most
Uh-huh.
of them, I think, they speak Russian.
Okay. Okay. Victor, please ask me something. Виктор, задавайте вопросы, не стесняйтесь. Эм, Не стесняйтесь, задавайте вопросы, я отвечу.
So,
Мгм. Вот он, кто-то написал, ничего не понимаю на английском.
yeah,
Ну,
this was our friend Kadir Khan from Kazakhstan.
Казахстан, да. From- Ну вот большинство все-таки что-то хоть понимали по-английски. Ну, к сожалению, я могу, конечно, по-русски, но надо все-таки уже такой международный пока язык, пока мы должны это следовать этому. Ну, господа, кто-нибудь спросите что-нибудь меня по-русски или по-английски, please. Question, please.
I have one question until somebody appears with another one. This video of Tesla radiation,
Yeah.
uh, can I put this to our institute page so that people can look at this? Just this one
Yes, of
video.
course.
Tesla is Luceni. Okay.
Yes,
I will put
of
your
course.
your address
Of course.
your address on the video as well.
Yes, you can. You can use all my materials because it
Okay.
belongs not me. It belongs you.
Your
It
line is
belongs to
now muted.
everybody, and it's not only my uh, investigations. It is fundamental things. This is not special commercial product. Yes, if I made any special commercial product, of course no, but it is general physics. This belongs to all people, to all people.
Okay, and one very interesting thing that is coming forward is the single wire transmission research that is being done, and there are some people pointing out that the single wire transmission, the resonance line, which was invented by Tesla, is near superconductivity.
Yes, disconnected. I can say more. Uh, disconnected with the vacuum because for me, the picture of transmission of electrical energy is that uh, around of single wire, the vacuum is excited, vacuum excited, and transmission in transmission but participate not only electrons of single wire, but first of all electrons of vacuum, because you the space time around of wire is curved and twisted. You see, this is not already flat space time. We uh, we always think that the transmission of electromagnetic energy uh, uh, for transmission we need in electron which displaced inside of wire. Yes, the current is the moving of electron inside of wire. But in the case of Tesla, we can observe the electrons outside of wire, and Tesla, in one of his work, he said that uh, I I transmit electrical energy not using electromagnetic wave, but he said that in this process very important role play vacuum. He call it ether.
Ether,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He call it ether. The ether play. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, I think that Tesla works connected with the superconductivity. This is superconductivity. But superconductivity, not in more ordinary physics, in connected with the low temperature, with the temperature minus 20 and so on. But there is a superconductivity with the room temperature. In the room, we have a room temperature and we have superconductivity. And this is a Tesla case.
Yes, thank you, Gennady. This opens a lot our knowledge about the essence of Tesla wireless transmission, and
Yeah.
it is the basis of the science of the third millennium. And more people are opening up to understand the true basics of Tesla research and the
Yes.
fallacies of electromagnetic theory in physics.
Yes, you are right. Thank you, thank you much for everybody. Thank you for your attention, and we will continue the next time. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Peace. Mhm. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
call this level super consciousness, super consciousness. And the seventh level is absolute nothing. For this level, we have identity zero, identity equal to zero. No any formulas, no any equations for this level. Absolute nothing. But this is the source of all other levels of reality. I can prove using equations, for example, began from this level of reality, solid. I can show that all equations of modern physics contain in the equations of physical vacuum. And equations of physical vacuum, I can show that they equal to equations primary torsion field in a special point of view. Special point of view, you can show that this level is equal to that level, and I can also show that equations of physical vacuum is equal to identity in some point of view. Maybe this is point of view of God, that all these levels is I can show that this is identity zero is equal to zero. Very interesting and very unusual for our physicists, material physics. This level is maybe this is a synonym of God. In the spinor basis, like do that Dirac. Dirac he represent his equation and spinor basis using spinor representation of equations Dirac. And then third set of equations, geometrized Young-Mills-like equations. You know that Einstein equations describe gravitation, but Young-Mills equations we use to describing inner structure of elementary particles. So, if we have excited vacuum, if we have a particle which created from vacuum, this particle must be described by nonlinear Heisenberg equations, Einstein-like equations, and Young-Mills equations in the same moment. All these equations described only one particle and describe different properties of elementary particles, quantum properties, gravitational properties, and properties which connect with the inner structure of the elementary particles. What is the equation of physical vacuum? I can solve this equation. Any solution of this equation describe elementary particles. So I can say that this is equations which describe the structure of elementary particles. Solutions, but equations, not solutions, but material world. Elementary particles, gas, liquid, and solid. But now, from theory, from equations of physical vacuum, is follows that there is another three levels of reality, which I call the heaven world, because this is not material world, not material world. Physical vacuum from modern physics, it is a potential state of all types of kinds of matter. All kinds of matter created from physical vacuum. We know that all elementary particles created from physical vacuum. And we have also another level which I call primary torsion field. With primary torsion field, I will say later about torsion field, primary torsion field, they have no energy at all. All physical fields have energy. We can write the expression formula from energy all physical words in material world. But for primary torsion fields, there is no energy at all, but they can transform information. No energy, no transform energy, but transform information. And I call this level we will hello everybody. Some words about me. I'm Shipov Gennady, something like Kennedy, Shipov Gennady. Yes, from Moscow. I have finished Moscow State University in 1967, and now I am an academician of Academy of Natural Science and PhD, and I am a creator of new physical theory, which called the theory a theory of physical vacuum. Physical vacuum. What is the physical vacuum? Physical vacuum. It is the is five fifth level of reality. In theory of physical vacuum, we have seven levels of the reality. The first level, solid state. We began to study in school and universities and institutes the theory of solid state, how it's moved. It's described by Newton mechanics. Then we began study liquid, then gas, and then elementary particles. All these levels are material, represent material world. It means that before physical vacuum, before now, we always study material. This level, we can, about this level, we can't say nothing because we have such kind of identity. We can say nothing because we have no equations. But everything begins from this level. This level creates all these another levels, including material world. Uh, this picture was received on the base of the equations of physical vacuum. Shortly, I can show you equations of physical vacuum, which was introduced by me in 1984. I have a book. I have a book which translated into English, which called it a theory of physical vacuum. And equations of physical vacuum include a set of equations. First, first set of equations is geometrized nonlinear Heisenberg-like equations. Heisenberg, a German physicist who tried to create the theory of elementary particle and use some kind of these equations, but this is equations not is equations of Heisenberg. This is Heisenberg-like equations. And second set of equations, geometrized Einstein-like equations. This is Einstein-like equations, which we which we represent in the spinor basis.